This week, the Weekly Rivalry comes to you from Waco, Texas, where the Central Florida Knights have ridden west into the heart of Big 12 country to face the Baylor Bears in a battle that's about more than football. It's about brains, it's about bandwidth, and it's about the AV and IT teams who keep the lights on and the signals clean. UCF comes in fast and fearless, representing one of the largest universities in the nation, a sprawling digital empire powered by AV and IT pros who know how to scale. They don't just support learning, they engineer the experience. Innovation isn't just a buzzword in their world, it's a job description. And on the other side of the field is Baylor, a team rooted in tradition but wired for the future. Their AV and IT crews are as reliable as a Texas sunrise, known across the Big 12 for clean signal paths, flawless audio, and hybrid classrooms that make remote teaching feel like front row seating. They've modernized historic spaces without losing their soul, weaving modern infrastructure through 175 years of legacy. Baylor's technology teams blend tradition with innovation like few others can. You won't find a cable out of place or a single mistagged VLAN. These two institutions face off not just on the field, but in a showcase of how innovation and reliability collide. The Knights bring their high-speed, cloud-connected chaos. The Bears counter with calm precision and airtight systems. Both sides know that the real victories happen long before kickoff. It's in the racks, in the closets, and in the classrooms where excellence is built, not bought. So as the sun sets on the Brazos and the lights blaze over McLean Stadium, it's more than a game. It's a broadcast-ready battle of will, wisdom, and well-terminated cable ends. It's UCF. It's Baylor. Ambition versus tradition. Let's light it up in Waco. This is the AV SuperFriends Weekly Rivalry, and kickoff starts now. All right, well, here we are. We are in lovely Theater of the Mind, Waco, Texas.
All of a sudden, yes, just magically.
This is our first ever live version of the Weekly Rivalry with live contestants. This is fun.
Yeah, this is fun. Yeah, and it's interesting too because it's homecoming at Baylor. So here we are. You know, parade is going down the street. We're recording or imagining that anyway right now.
So they're coming in on homecoming?
That's right. Oh, yeah. Yeah, we're going to have
a big game.
It's going to have a big parade. There's going to be all these UCF-themed floats, you know, with Baylor. Yeah, all kinds of AV and cable termination themes going on those floats, too. It's going to be it's really, really fun.
Why do I picture a bear eating a knight?
It might happen.
It could happen.
Yeah.
So Justin and I are here. We're at the ETC 2025 conference. We're joined by two special guests from Baylor and UCF. I'm going to ask you guys to introduce yourself, a little bit of background on what you guys are doing and what's going on at your schools, and then we'll jump into our fun time questions. So Connor, why don't we? Well, wait a minute. You're home, so visitors first. So Mike, we'll start with you.
We didn't flip the coin, man. Come on.
Is that?
Do you have a coin? I don't have a coin. Who has a coin anymore?
Yeah, we need a virtual coin. No, I'll go first. It's great. Hey, I'm Mike Ferry, Assistant Director of Instructional Technology at the University of Central Florida. I work for a group called the Office of Instructional Resources, which we are the in-house integrator for the campus as well as the AV support team and the events team. I manage the in-house integrator, which is design, programming, installation, and procurement and project management, and then I've got a counterpart that manages the other side of the house. So we basically build it and then hand it to those guys. And then my group also does some tier 3 break fix. We do a lot of tickets as well between projects.
Sounds a lot like how we operate. Yeah.
It's good. Keeps us busy.
Yeah.
It's good stuff.
Connor?
Awesome. Yeah. I'm Connor Krey with Baylor University. Been the Director of Learning Spaces here for several years now. We have a group that is responsible for really, from a central IT standpoint, supporting all of the classrooms on campus. Also do project management. Also do integration work. We are just now, one of the thing that's really happening for us that's exciting now is that we are getting more and more into install work, like what you guys are doing at UCF, actually adding a position to our project team to make that happen. We're in the process of those final interviews right now. So
nice.
Excited to be moving into that area more and more.
I think we're seeing that at a lot of schools where folks are adding that kind of internal integration expertise because you're the ones who are going to own it for the next 10, 20 years anyway, so it might as well be the ones who build it. So
For sure.
Yep. All right. Well, we'll jump right into it here. Like I said, we'll try to do football scoring. We will then forget what our
We'll throw a couple safeties in there, maybe.
we'll forget
Maybe
what
a
our
couple
scores
half
assigned
points.
were here, but I do have a scoreboard that I will forget to update at some point, and it's all for fun and all that. And then we'll talk predictions. But let me kick us off here, and then Justin, we'll start with you. And I guess we don't have a coin. So how are we picking who's receiving and who's kicking off here?
Let me flip my iPhone.
Yeah, just
so
throw
if
it up.
it lands
Throw your
face
iPhone.
up, then this is heads, and that's tails. Is that what we want to do?
Don't sacrifice your
Waiting
phone,
to really
man.
see what happens here.
No, I could do this. You ready?
Visiting
Okay.
team. Well, he's got to call it.
So this is heads.
Yeah, visiting
is
team
tails.
calls it. So Mike,
You're
you call
calling
it.
Tails never fails.
All right, call it while it's spinning.
Justin is literally throwing his phone around right now.
Tails. Nah. That's,
Heads. So are you deferring kicking off?
Yeah, I will defer.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
all right. He gets the ball in the second half.
So Mike,
right.
Mike, you're going to get the ball here. Let me do this and start this. All right, Justin, give us a kickoff question.
All right. So what's the one thing that you think you do better than your rivals as far as your AV team?
Ooh,
What's the
that's a
best thing?
How many points is this one for?
This how many points?
Yeah.
Oh, we got to
Or you
decide
gotta
that.
wait- okay, yeah, we'll wait
that's
to the
decided
answer.
by the answer. Because
Yeah.
if they just fail on the answer, then it might be a punt.
Sure,
may not
could
get
be.
any points.
Okay, fair enough. Go.
I mean, based on having an experienced integration team in-house that's been doing this for several years, and we've kind of got the system dialed in and the machine dialed in, I'd say that experience level and amount of work we're able to pull off at this point because we've been doing it so long. We've got all the processes in place. We're always looking for process improvements and growing the way we go about things and tweaking how we go about it. But I'd say that because we've been doing it for so long and we do it pretty darn well, I would say, and those of you that have visited our campus through ETC events over the years can attest to that, I'd say that's probably a great place for us to start as far as an advantage goes.
Yeah, that's kind of an easy one since you already introduced that, and he's just starting it.
He
so-
handed it to me.
yeah. So
take the win.
All right. So we'll go with a field goal.
Field goal. All right.
We'll do a field goal
Easy
on that
3
one.
up on the board.
Since that wasn't, we kind of knew that answer. But so Connor, what do you do better than UCF over here?
Well, I can't honestly say I know UCF certainly as well as I know my team, but I do know that with the thing that I am probably most proud of what we've done is we've hired really well. We do
So you can
not
staff.
have right. We have to focus on quality because I just cannot get the numbers of folks that we need to be able to do, the number of places that we have to support, the work that we have to do, and so. We've been very, very fortunate to hire very, very good, skilled people that want to continue to grow their responsibilities, move into different areas, and then also just really match the culture and the teamwork environment that we have. So if there's one thing that I have been very, very, very proud of, it's the folks that we have on our team.
So you got hiring well.
That's a
great.
new one. We've not
that's a
heard
good
that from
one.
anybody. Yeah.
Yeah.
How you ranking that one?
That's a touchdown.
Touchdown.
Oh, okay.
That's hard. You never hear that in higher ed.
Well,
That was a surprise.
Give him an extra point or just a 6 on that one?
Just a 6 plus the extra point. It's
and the
like
extra
a
point.
7.
All right.
Yeah,
All right.
like standard touchdown. So 7.
Baylor up
I'm going to be that
7-3.
guy, and I'm going to kick the extra point for him because that starts with you, Connor.
Yeah.
Oh,
It doesn't happen in a vacuum.
get buy-in
You
for
have to
that.
build the culture, and then you have to hire the right people for that culture that also have the skill sets you need. So congratulations on pulling that one off because that's
appreciate
not
that,
easy,
Mike.
man.
Thank you.
Oh, all right.
So is that after quarter 1?
Almost at the end of quarter 1 here. Baylor up 7-3.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah. All right. Let's see.
So you're moving on to quarter 2.
Quarter 2 here in a moment.
So now it's going.
Ooh, here's a good one. You guys are going to love this. All right, let me kick off quarter 2. Oops. No, I screwed it up already. Why does this reset?
Nobody can see it. It's all good.
No one can see
Like
anything
we
I'm
just
doing.
be writing this down with pencil and paper, and no one cares.
There we go.
Yeah.
All right, I fixed it. No one was
Okay.
any the wiser. We'll do it.
We're
We'll
good.
Clean it up in post.
Sure.
Let's see. So, Connor, we're going to come to you on this one first. Question is, what is the weirdest space on campus that your team has turned into a functioning classroom?
This one's a difficult one.
Goodness.
We've had some weird ones.
We've had some weird ones.
Weirdest,
most unique, something that was a challenge, something not just their standard. Here's 4 walls in a new building sort of thing.
So we have a place called the Brick, which is a few blocks off of campus, and it's all about research. But there's some classroom space over there. It's called, it's the Baylor Research Innovation Collaborative, maybe is what that stands for.
Is it made of brick?
It is.
glass.
It's a lot of brick. The thing that's the most interesting, and maybe you haven't heard before, this is a former General Tire plant. It shut down in the early 80s and sat there vacant for decades, and then was donated to the university. And so now
you guys do something with this.
Exactly.
You figure this crap out.
And so one of the things that our team has done very well over there is implement some really cool. They have some event spaces who are bringing a lot of outside events and do things over there. So they have these. There are conference type things that they have over there, and we have done some really interesting things using that space for events and with AV and very complex type big spaces, multiple displays and microphones and video conferencing and cameras, all that good stuff. So at least maybe certainly not used as a traditional classroom, but very different kind of space that you might imagine being used
big
for
open warehouse space, trying to figure out how to build that out.
Yes.
Interesting.
Yeah,
All
lots of concrete.
Yeah.
Lots of concrete.
I like that. A former tire plant.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, General Tire.
So now you've had time to think about, how are we going to score that? Hold on.
And it's working well. There's no major problems with it. Everything seems to go well, and people enjoy using it.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
Then touchdown it is.
Yeah.
Okay.
No extra point though.
Okay.
So
All right.
you missed
I
it.
went for two. I went for two.
Went for two.
Which
Missed
would be very on brand for our coach. He likes to go for it and go for two. Right. Yeah.
All in.
Mike.
Now that you've had all this time to think about this.
Yeah, and I kind of missed most of what he said because I'm going, what am I going to say now? That one's pretty cool. I mean, I don't have any cool, unique spaces like that, but I do have some purpose-built spaces that are pretty special. And down at the Rosen College of Hospitality, which is down in the tourist corridor, it's probably the #1 hospitality management college in the world, frankly.
You
named
guys
after
do a little hospitality in Florida, so that makes sense.
Just a
little
skosh.
bit, yeah.
Just a skosh.
Biggest benefactor is the Rosen family. Harrison Rosen was may he rest, was a hotelier in Central Florida.
Yeah, I stay there every year.
Yeah, it's great.
So that's where that
facilities,
came
man.
from.
Which Rosen?
Yeah.
The
Which
Rosen,
one? Like,
the
there's
Rosen,
three of them,
Rosen,
though.
the Rosen.
They're all Rosen.
They're all that
it's
same
all on
family.
brand, yeah, and they do a great job. So we've got a very large teaching kitchen, which has cameras at every single teaching basically stove and grill station.
Yeah.
That it's a giant 64 by 64 matrix. So it's an event space out on the front of house, and then it's a teaching kitchen in back of house.
So they use it for live events then?
Absolutely.
Oh, interesting.
So they'll bring in they would bring folks in for an event, and they're cooking in the back and broadcasting what's being taught in the back out, the capability to broadcast out to the front of house. Most of the time, though, there's a monitor at every station, there's a camera at every station, so the professor can say, okay, station 32, we're going to put you up and show us how you made that sauce. And then it broadcasts out to everybody in the classroom.
Do you all zoom that out?
It has the capability.
Yeah. That's cool. Yeah, we've done that before too.
We're in kind of a...
Not that big though.
Yeah, we're in a renovation for that space, so the 6464 DM is going away.
AV over IP probably.
Eventually we get there, but it's not on budget for today, so we're going single source out to many from the teaching station, the professor's kitchen space out to everybody. But the long-term plan is to get it back to a full matrix. That's the hope.
All right. Well, I'll give you a touchdown on that one.
Thanks.
For the extra point, what's the coolest event that it will actually go on that teaching kitchen then is used to support? And are these students as part of the program doing the actual prep and all the rest?
Yeah, between that and we have a downtown campus as well that is a local state college which we partner with, and they have a culinary program, so they'll actually, when you guys came to ETC, the downtown campus, the food that was provided for a couple of the events came from the student kitchens.
Yeah.
So
extra point on
pretty
that one
cool.
because it's in active use for
Yeah.
real events. I think that's important. It's not just the experiential learning and the teaching, but it's like, and now you're supporting this event going
Absolutely.
on right now. Yeah, that's very cool.
And some tasty treats.
Yeah,
No
of
doubt.
course.
Tasty.
Yes.
Well, it's halftime.
So was that
No touchdown with the extra point.
okay? I just want to verify.
So it's halftime. Baylor up 13-10.
13-10. Very close
For our
score.
halftime entertainment, Justin's prepared a dance for us here. So
Do, 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 do.
he's going to do selections from Beyonce as interpreted by Justin.
Yeah,
So,
I don't know. I'm a little tired for dancing today.
Why does this timer keeps resetting? So let me switch this back, and we'll never know.
We also have some very relaxing elevator music going on in the
do,
background,
yes.
which was
Smooth
added to the
jazz.
crowd noise as this new ambiance for this game.
Don't
So
call attention to it.
yeah, we just wanted to lean into it and let everybody know that was very intentional on our part, and it was very much planned.
Right, right. Are
Yeah.
you listening to a podcast or are you waiting on hold?
Yeah,
you could be
both.
doing
You
both.
did both.
Yes, right.
Why
We're
not?
here to give everybody what they want.
Should capture some of this. We'll use it as background audio.
Yes.
Some of this. So.
See, I'm not
Yeah.
feeling elevator music. I'm feeling the hotel bar
This is a piano
Oh, yeah.
bar.
at the
Yeah,
end of
yeah.
the end of the conference night where you're back and having a beverage of choice
At a college
with,
football game.
Yeah, with a
At a
college
college-
football
yes.
game on at the same
Someone's
time.
TV is on
Under
too
the
loud.
scoreboard
Yeah.
at the game.
That's right.
All right. Okay, so third quarter. Let's see. We're coming back to you. Justin, do you have a kickoff question for us
All
here?
right. So, what is the worst decision you've ever made that actually turned out pretty good? And maybe you knew it was bad, or maybe you didn't know it was bad at the time.
Yeah. I'm going to stretch the word of you a bit, the kind of the plural you. And
your team
this
or whatever, yeah,
decision
The
was
worst decision
made
we
actually
ever
before
made.
I came to Baylor. But
Okay.
our team is in the library, which is an unusual thing. And I've had conversations over the years about you talk to someone and was like, oh, what's your job? We support classroom technology. And it was like, what does that have to do with the library? That's odd, right? And so I'll be honest, when I first started, I agreed. I thought that's odd. We probably ought to be like in our central IT area, that sort of thing. But what I have learned is that the library is kind of the Switzerland of the university, right? It's the safe, it's the demilitarized zone.
Nobody
right?
attacks the library.
That's right.
Everybody
That's right.
loves the
Everybody,
library here.
it's
Because
the
they
neutral
never
space.
expect it.
Yeah.
Right. And so when you come from the library and you talk with folks and you're talking about, like, we've had this initiative where we're
Interesting.
moving more and more classrooms
Yeah.
to shared, and we're controlling a central fund as we're refreshing technology and we're doing things. We're working with space utilization groups on campus to get more usage out of spaces and all of that. It's actually worked really great to be within the library.
I will say that putting the words "we control funds" in IT makes people nervous.
Yeah,
when they
right.
like the evil IT overlords are controlling my money and they're dictating, they're watching me and all.
Exactly.
So I could see that. There's
Yeah.
been talks about people batting around the ideas. I've heard this where like us. We're in IT, and like, does it make sense for us to be under the provost? Does it make sense for us to be somewhere else based upon what we do? So yeah, I think that's getting talked about more now. We'll go with touchdown,
Touchdown on
including
that
the
one?
extra point.
With the extra point?
Yeah.
All right.
So now it's 2010.
2010.
So we need a 10-point touchdown here, which is possible in this game.
Oh, we still got a fourth quarter.
Yeah, we still have fourth
time.
quarter too. But
We're
somehow
a fourth
it's
quarter
possible
team, man.
for you to tie this up before the fourth quarter, perhaps. Somehow.
Well, yeah. So same question.
Same question.
Same
What's the craziest thing?
I think it's the best bad decision.
Best bad decision. Worst decision you've
Sure.
ever made that turned out pretty good.
So the first thing I'm going to do is go back to and kind of dovetail in off of his thing, the whole media center question and why AV departments start in libraries. And we were the same way for a very long time. That's UCF.
Because that's where the film strips
OIR.
are.
It's where the film strips are. It's where the equipment lived.
Mm-hmm.
And we were all the old days, right? It was you got a TV, big old CRT TV on a cart, and you wheeled it into the classroom and the VCR, and you showed them how to put the tape in and hit the remote, and you retrieved it and went back to the library after that. And that's how it was at UCF for a long time too. So I think that's maybe why those things happen. And I think that's a traditional way of doing things. I'm kind of surprised they haven't moved you out yet.
Yeah, me too. But sometimes people just work things out and make it make sense.
But I love the idea of it being the DMZ.
Yes. Yeah.
And it keeps you out of some trouble. So that's great. But as far as, I won't say it was a bad decision by me, but it was a decision that was made by leadership. We had a very large warehouse space specifically for our group where we warehoused our inventory. It was our rack fab shop. It's where the team sat. And a couple years ago, financial decision was made because it was an expensive space off campus to consolidate it with the rest of IT. History behind that is our department traditionally was with the Department of Digital Learning, DDL, which was under academic affairs. We got moved into UCF IT a few years ago, still under academic affairs, and then most recently moved into business operations on that side of the house. So positives and negatives there. But the warehouse piece, consolidation with the rest of UCF IT's warehouse on campus, shrunk our footprint, shrunk our space. What it did, though, is moving into that space, why it turned out so well, is it put us closer to where the action is, number one. And number two, it brought the team closer together because the space wasn't as big. It basically, it was a real team bonding moment and team building effort to do the move and then to establish a brand new space of how they wanted to set it up in a smaller area and then still have the workshop and the rack fab and the tools and all that. Because I'm a big believer of building racks well in advance of your project if you can, preloading your programs, beta test in the house before you put it out into the wild, and it eliminates a whole lot of problems. That was what I was taught in my integrator days early on, and this enables us to do that still. So, and it puts us right in the heart of with the rest of Central IT, right? The guys that are pulling my cable are right down the hall, so if we need something, we just go talk to them. The guys that are our network service brothers, we can walk down the hall and talk to them. Hey, I need this port activated for those types of things. We document everything. There's ticketing, but there's a whole lot that goes on with conversations that you can, dispel some friction over project work, because you're talking to somebody face to face rather than email, and gets things done, I think, a little more efficiently. So I think that worked out real well for us.
So basically, I'm hearing that you had a whole warehouse, and here comes the evil IT overlords infiltrating your space. You might have had to fight it out for a while, but at the end, you became brothers.
Those are your words, not mine. I will not say they are evil overlords.
That's just my generic term. I'm sure they're great.
No, they're good partners and good teammates, and the shift of moving us into UCF IT, first and foremost out of DDL, I think was the first step in that journey. Yep. Because now it wasn't we're those guys over there that are causing them problems on projects. We're the guys that are right next door and now in the family, so to speak. So you can get a whole lot more done when you're in the family than when you're outside the family.
And we all have the same goals, the student experience and all that. So
say it all the time. It's all about them.
I think that's a touchdown with a 2-point conversion to make the game
with the
closer.
All right.
So now we got a 2-point game going into the fourth quarter, into the hot round.
Let me change this. So for the fourth quarter, what we do is kind of we consider it kind of sudden death. We're going to ask 7 questions, so each one's worth 1 point. Potential of 7 points in the fourth quarter. Why won't this reset? There we go. These are quick questions, so we want your answer as fast as you can answer, and we'll just go back and forth. So obviously, the person who's answering second can kind of cheat and prepare.
Yeah, they got prepared. So
Justin, you want to get us started on this?
Sure.
We're going to Mike first, right? Yes, it'll be Mike first.
Mike first? Okay.
Well, he won the toss and deferred, so he's receiving in the second half, so it should go to him first.
Well, we started with him in the third quarter, but fourth quarter we'll come back to you for this one.
Okay.
We're making it up as we go.
I'm good either way. It don't matter to me, man. I'm just here for the fun.
All right, we ready?
Yep.
Do Macs work on your campus, or do you turn off HTCP?
Do Macs work on our campus? Yes, they do.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that is the easy answer. 1 point for each.
Correct answer for both. All right.
In fact, I had to learn to be a Mac guy just for that specialty.
Purely maybe a business decision here, but what's your collaboration, your conferencing platform of choice? We'll go to Connor first.
Like you mean Teams, Zoom, that sort of thing? We have both. I would say staff defer to Teams and faculty defer to Zoom.
Okay.
Ooh, interesting.
Yeah, same answer. We're, for operations, it's Teams. For faculty and for faculty side, it's Zoom because of Classroom. So we build agnostic systems that'll support both.
Yeah.
All right.
Next question.
1 point each. Yep. Justin, go.
When do you use HD-based T versus AV over IP, and why?
That to me or him?
Both. Well, who goes first? I don't remember.
Mike will be first on this one.
Okay.
It's both depending on the building, depending on the network infrastructure I've got. I've got some aging networks across campus, so that prevents me from AV over IP, so HD-based.
So main reason is based upon the network.
Yeah,
okay.
and those guys are working hard. We've got a big initiative to modernize our network, so we're hoping in the next couple of years we'll be to that place where we can go AV over IP in most
for everything,
spaces.
most space. Yeah, okay.
That's where we have to go.
All right.
If we've got a space with multiple sources, multiple displays, we're AV over IT. If it's a simple room, but that's a long run to the projector, then it's HD-based T.
And that's kind of what we do.
Yeah.
Yeah. We if it's one display and like one or two sources, HD-based T, two displays, 2 or 3 sources, AV over IP.
Yeah.
It kind of scales that way. Good. Okay.
Let's see. Let me go here with real quick. Zip ties or Velcro, Connor?
Velcro.
All right.
Velcro all day, every day.
Yes.
Okay.
It's the standard now for us.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about in racks you don't want people in? You don't use zip
Velcro.
ties, cut at a 45, so they reach. Oh.
So it
Yeah,
slices
that-
their armor.
Lock the rack. We really try to lock it down so
Yeah.
nobody's in there but us.
Yep.
Okay. Well, that's another point. They're just
Point
hitting
each.
home runs this
Yep.
fourth quarter here. My go?
Yes, we're hitting home runs in the.
We're
it's,
scoring at figure skating. Home
MLB
runs in
playoffs
football.
are on.
Yeah.
It works.
very
It's
confusing.
I
October.
guess
time.
technically earlier Mike gave Connor an alley-oop for the extra point.
Alley-oops
so, yeah, we'll
are
just mix
very in.
all our metaphors here. All right,
Yeah,
Justin, what do we got?
PK.
So my go. Right, yep. What's the Avixa standard or the standard that you do not abide by most of the time?
Well, we talk about it with. Is it me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Screen size is what we always refer to, but then we're almost always going to fudge it, or it's like we're going to have to be lower to the floor than we want. It just there's too many existing issues with the room to make
Ceiling
it perfect.
heights, things, infrastructure.
Yep.
So you just do best effort on that.
Yeah,
screen
you have
size.
to weigh other factors. It's
Yeah,
we got to accommodate a whiteboard, whatever is happening. Lots of things like that.
Yeah, I'd go along with that. Display sizes, you always want to go as big as you possibly can. There's a standard that goes along with that. There's math and science that goes behind it. But it comes down to budget and it comes down to the space, right? And what works. So, spot on.
Same one. Okay. Another point.
Another point there.
Still
I'm
2-point game.
making notes here. Justin, grab another one here while I make some comments.
Let's see. Do you all manage the PCs in classrooms?
Me first. Yes. Yeah, we do. We manage them. We build the image for them. We load it. We do everything.
Your
for
team
PCs
builds
in
the image
classroom.
for it?
Yes.
Oh, all right. Okay.
Yeah, we actually, I had the student computing folks moved to my group a few years ago, and so that made that a lot easier, made that make sense. So that flows very smoothly.
Okay. Yeah.
We do not. We install them. They are a source in the system, but we do not manage that side. Desk side support manages the imaging, and then manages the support on those devices when there's a true computing problem, not just an on-off or a.
Gotcha.
We
yeah.
like, because we have a separate number for support for classroom versus like the IT help desk.
Yep.
And so if you're in the room and you're experiencing a problem, we can help you with it. We don't have to send you to the group that is really not as well conditioned to like rapidly respond to the problem that you're having. So that's why we like doing that.
And for us, it's kind of dependent on what the problem is, right? And our ticketing system and notification system within the ticketing system is pretty robust. And we're the director for that group sits 2 doors down. So and we've got zone support for that side. So it's pretty easy for us to triage something if it's something we're not allowed to get into.
Yeah.
Move it over and bring somebody else in.
Okay.
How do you want to score that?
Well, I don't know. I think
can
that's
only
a
get
point.
one point or 0
I think that's
points.
a point because
For both?
I mean, the department's taking care of it and they have the support mechanism in place. So,
all right, 1 each. Still a 2-point game.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've done 6 of our 7 questions. This is the last question. It is a 2-point game.
Worth 1,000 points.
Nice.
I don't think I could type 1,000 in here.
Oh, yeah,
but
you can make it work.
Super double bonus round.
I'm going to go with this question, and we'll go to Mike first on this one. And where's my question here? What's the best ticket so far this semester?
Yeah.
The best ticket
However
so
you want to
far
interpret
this
best.
semester.
Stands out.
Ooh.
Because we've had some wild ones.
It's hard.
That's a tough one, man. That's because a lot of them are just rank and file. I can't get it to turn on. But it's probably the interactive whiteboard's not working, and you walked in and it was just not. They didn't power it up.
They're just looking at a black screen.
Yeah, and it's a black screen, and it's not like the lighted black screen that is not getting signal, right?
It's just off,
it's
straight
just
up off.
And there's a little button right there, and there's a control panel. And they just they walked into the room and started touching it, thinking it would just turn on like an iPhone.
Sure.
Unfortunately, that doesn't work. So.
All right.
Okay.
Those are always fun.
Connor, best ticket.
Can I give you 2 answers?
Oh, sure.
All right.
You already got a 2-point lead, man. Come on.
Only going to get 1 point, but
pick the one you like. This one, the first one is not from this year, which is why I want to give you a second one.
Okay, that's all right.
It was just a butt dial, but it was, we have the system that then it goes to voicemail and you get the automatic transcription. And it was somebody that was at a Baylor football game. And so we got like a 5-minute recording of like PA playing and different things. And it was the weirdest sounding, the transcription is always weird anyway.
So it showed words.
It's trying to pick up the audio from the PA and it's just different stuff. And it just the most random dribble of stuff. But I put it into ChatGPT and I made I told it to write a poem out of it, and I read it. And so that was fun. But that was technically like.
And then you updated
fall.
that with the poem underneath that ticket, like ticket update.
Reply to the ticket.
Right. The one that we constantly get that is not interesting at all, and I hate them, and I hate that we do this, and I'm curious what other people do, but we have the little PowerPoint advanced clickers, and we get tickets all the time. The clicker's not working. The clicker's disappeared. Can you guys bring another clicker? And I am just like, we just need to stop doing it. I would rather give everybody their own clicker and say, one time, we've given you a clicker. It doesn't live in the room. It's too random. It demands too much time.
Well, that's what you get for supporting PCs.
That's exactly. I'm with Mike Peterson. Let's get them out, man. Yeah. It's not my problem.
So we put that ownership on each department, college office associate, because not everybody wants the clickers, and we can't keep up with everything, and they get stolen. So it's you guys buy it. You guys have your checkout system. You manage that, and that's worked out pretty well because it creates that ownership.
Yeah.
So.
We look at them as kind of like dry erase markers.
Yeah, you need to buy it. Yeah,
that's not technology,
even
though it is in that case.
But I do.
It's kind of an easy way out.
Yeah,
because it takes more time to manage that than the cost of the device itself.
For sure.
So
yeah.
All right. Well, that was our final question.
Each one got 1,000 points for that. So the scores are 1,000 to 27 to 1,025.
I got 2 digits here. I can't make that 1,000 points.
Well, that's what happened.
Okay, well, if
Update
they each
your technology.
But they each got 1,000 points, which means Baylor still wins by 2 points.
Yeah, I know.
After all of that.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's what I predicted.
Well, it's homecoming. It's hard to overcome.
It
really is.
You all were plus 3,
situation.
so in Vegas you all won.
That's why.
That's good.
I bet on
Mike covers the spread.
Yeah,
technically, Baylor wins
covered
the game.
the spread, but you won the money line. So,
congratulations to Baylor for the close game there. So, gentlemen, if people want to reach out to you, get a hold of you, ask more questions, find out more about what you're doing there, Connor, how can they find you?
Email is always great, which is you can also look us up on our website. There's not a lot of Connor Kreys in the world, and there's certainly not anymore at Baylor University. So I can give out my email address, but really just Google me. You can find me.
Okay.
I'm out there.
Yeah, you can Google UCF OIR and it'll take you right to our page, and there's a leadership page. But if you really want to get to me, it's michael.ferry, Ferry, at ucf.edu. So ferry like a ferry boat.
perfect.
Add them to all of your favorite Christmas lists. So,
yeah.
Connor being smart, not giving out his email address. Now I have to go find it to add him to the list. But yes,
I've been doing this a while.
Yeah.
Well, gents, again, thanks very much for sitting in with us here. Congrats to Baylor for the close win, and congrats to UCF for covering the spread on that one.
Let me get the picture here. Proof.
Yeah.
Proof for others that I was on a podcast, guys.
Yeah. We'll get this all put together this week and get this out probably sometime early next week. We'll tag you on the socials and all that fun
When's
stuff.
the game? Is it next weekend?
It's a week
It is
from
November 1st.
November 1st.
November.
It's a Saturday.
So
after.
Bonfire
we're
on
2 weeks
Halloween night, all the big stuff. This is
that's
a big weekend.
time.
Yeah.
Oh, crap.
Yeah. Parade that morning.
Do you have some budget to fly me in?
We'll look into that. We've been trying to save money on this trip, so you know we've been not going out and eating all the conference chicken, all of that stuff. So we might save enough money to fly in, Mike.
conference.
I want to come to the bonfire. That's legendary.
Yeah.
I've seen that before on TV.
Yeah.
It's big.
So yeah, we'll get this out next week. So plenty of time to prepare for that homecoming weekend. Big game with UCF and Baylor on the on November 1st. So,
awesome.
All right, gents, thanks very much.
Yeah,
Thanks for
guys.
having us. It's a great time.
Yeah.
This has been the AV SuperFriends Weekly Rivalry. And guess what, sports fans? We want you on the show. Got a big game coming up at your school? Maybe it's a local rivalry, a state showdown, or even one of those national grudge matches that splits households in half. If you've got the school pride, the technical chops, and just enough trash talk to back it up, we want to hear from you. Reach out to the AV SuperFriends and let us know your campus, your matchup, and why your AV and IT team deserves a spotlight. Whether it's cables versus connectors, servers versus switches, or just plain bragging rights, we'll put your rivalry on the big stage. So step up, call your shot, and maybe you'll be the next feature on the AV SuperFriends Weekly Rivalry.